Hey, so Leah noticed that the question about diseases wasn't about diseases. It was about curses. So, credit to her for being smarter than me and Connor will ever be. Enjoy the show. We'll talk more about dragons in a bit, but let's get to your answer first. Oh man, I feel like a kid just getting so excited. Like dinosaurs, dragons, video games. Yeah. Hello and welcome to The Answers 11, the smartest icebreakers from the dumbest dudes. I don't have an opening for this one, but if you want to have better fun talking to people, do it with weird questions because it's interesting. It shows which people are lame and like, I don't want to talk about that. And then you get some funny stories. As told by your god of VOD, Connor.
That's right. I'm here to back you up on admitting openly and honestly that you have no idea what to say next, and then following up by talking about our podcast and saying, hey, I just listened to these great conversation starters. Perhaps one of them applies to our current situation.
Yeah, because it's better than like, so how you been?
Good.
You got kids? How are the kids?
No, don't have them.
Work sucks, right?
Oh, hardly working.
Yeah, so you don't need to do that no more.
Don't do
you
that.
Got the weird podcasts and the weird questions.
For conversation with flavor.
And taste.
Texture.
Man, we ate squid once and that had a texture.
Yeah. Don't feel like revisiting that.
I do. I need it again. If only to just watch you almost throw up.
Yeah, we are going to have to go back a little bit on all the yay we've been talking and start off by reversing stance on don't start a conversation by asking how you been, by starting our conversation.
Of course, you do always do that.
How you been?
You know, because you guys show the people how you care about.
Yeah,
you gotta care about them. Take an active interest. But no, it's more for strangers or if you're bored or in a work meeting because those suck. Yes. But anyway, Connor, how you been?
Oh, not good.
Oh
good.
No. Oh no.
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, but
yeah. Well, it's less said the better for the time being. Not worth going into. But inside of that very bad time I've been having lately, I did find enough energy and motivation to do some Christmas decorating.
Hell yeah! Happy holiday, my dude. What did you do? How gussied up is your place? Are your electric bills about to go through the fucking roof?
No, because unfortunately at this rental, no easy way to plug anything in outside, and it's a very wet part of the world in Portland, and so you gotta be pretty careful about those kinds of things. But we will be putting lights on inside the house. Generally, I've just been hanging stuff, lots of little knickknacks and doodads. I've got this preserved gourd that looks like it's smoking a pipe, and it feels Christmassy. I don't know why.
That's really like fun.
Corncob, I guess it's supposed to be a snowman, now that I think about it.
I would like you to send me a picture of that, my dude.
I would love to. I can also send you a picture of the haunted metal snowman that I have that looks more like it belongs in a Halloween collection than in a Christmas one.
And your magic rock.
I'm not going to send you a picture of the magic
rock. How the fuck am I going to see it, man? You fucked up last time I was around you.
I'm gonna say that we both fucked up on that one.
I'll take
you 80%.
I asked you, and you're like, "Oh man, it's still put away."
80%.
That's 100% you. I asked. I did my part.
92. I don't know.
I held up my end of the bargain.
Yeah,
I put my full foot forward to your falling on your ass.
Yeah, to explain for our listeners, I do have a rock that I found when I was a kid, and it may or may not be magic. It probably isn't. Haven't found any magic in it yet, but I'm still holding out hope. That's my last, maybe I'm going to get a letter to Hogwarts kind of a possession and hope.
Get beamed to the past right directly in your ears with a previous episode, because it's on there fucking somewhere. If I knew off the top of my head which one, I would let you know. Actually, I can do that. I can actually do that for you right now.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. You do like a control F on because you keep a a list of all of our answers to all of these questions.
Rock. Nope. Man, we talk about rocks a lot.
Rocks are worth discussing. Man,
remember when I'm starting the OnlyFans where I put on clothes? Only for rocks. What a great one. God, go listen to that one. That's the one with that's the Connor cast. Okay, so Connor's Magic Rock comes up in two episodes. The original Halloween one and the one where we talk about being on in a house fire. I don't know which one that one is by name. That's on you. I've given you all I can do without totally derailing this podcast.
So yeah, I have a Magic Rock and I've decorated for Christmas. I guess that's kind of what's been going on for me.
You got a robot voice, my dude.
I'm going to try this.
Oh, he gone. He gone, folks.
I've left and I've returned. Is my voice any better?
Your voice is much better now.
That's weird. That's weird. Because I didn't unplug anything.
It's Discord, man.
Probably the Magic Rock.
Probably the Magic Rock.
Could be a ghost inside my computer that wants to tell me that it's the magic thing that I have. That rock is just a rock, and actually my computer ghost is the real magic in my life.
The access to unlimited information and pornography right at your fingertips.
You fool, don't you understand?
Oh boy, howdy. Yeah, so Magic Rocks. I'm glad you got all this cool stuff for Christmas. We too have actually decorated for the holiday season. And somehow it's I feel like even though I'm in my 30s, Leah and I have entered our grandparent stage of life.
Oh, cool.
Because our holiday decorations are felt birds.
Oh, I do like your bird collection.
We got a very cool bird collection, mostly from Target. But we just it wasn't like one of those like weird collectors things. We just thought they were cute. It's like, oh shit, look at this fucking thing. And now like people are scalping them to sell exorbitantly. And all the people on Facebook who are part of the groups are like, hey, fuck these people, which is radical.
That's insane. I don't know how a company like Target could produce so few of them that you could effectively scalp them. I feel like they should just have another couple of hundreds of boxes ready to go.
You'd think, but I don't know. Maybe because they're $5, people can like spend extra money on multiples. I don't know.
Yes.
Either way, we have been collecting those for a while now, and like my mom bought us these giant ass sentinel birds that we have sitting in front of our doorstep. And
how big are we talking? When
God damn it, you're a robot again.
God damn it.
All right, my dude.
How's that?
For you're much better. For Christmas, you're getting me yourself a new microphone.
I don't know if it's the cord or what.
I will send you a link to this one. Oh wait, you need a fucking interface. I don't know how much of this is staying in the podcast at this point.
Well, let's see. Most recent robot. I think the first one we followed up on entertainingly enough. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that one's fine to keep, and this one's probably staying in too. Anyway, we got these sentinel birds that are like, I don't know, like a foot to 2 feet tall.
Nice.
And they're just perched menacingly outside. And
stone?
No, they're still felt. They're just mom just got them at Walmart.
Outside? You have felt birds outside?
Yeah, in our entryway.
Oh,
we live in an apartment complex, my dude.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, sorry. Just worried about your bird smell.
Dude, I would be too. But like, we live in the worst timeline where we can't afford to have a home. So
right, yeah. Oh yeah.
Apartments it is.
My mistake.
We got those. And then we're like, oh, we need some more decorations for the tree. And Target just happened to have fucking felt bird ornaments that were really cute. So we're like, that's $2. That's expendable money we can throw. Awesome. And then Leo went online. We got like 4 of them. And she's like, they have a dozen. There are 12 of these fucking birds, my dude.
And you've already got your foot in the door. You're already moving forward.
Yeah, it is whatever it is.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little worried about your bird collection though, because
why?
I'm starting to think, when people started collecting those Victorian dolls, they weren't considered creepy at the time. But now, if you see a house that's just fucking full of them, you're like, this person is probably gonna rip my eyes out. I think that might happen with your birds. As cute as they are, like the dolls were really cute too.
I would love to be a creepy old man, but not like in like the sexual creepy, but in just like that guy sees ghosts creepy old man.
That guy sees ghosts and the birds whisper to him about it.
Right. The one who's smoking a corncob pipe and has a whistle when he talks.
Yeah, an eerie old man.
Yes, like eerie is better than creepy. I would like to be an eerie old man, please. We are classifying our old men: ornery, crotchety, creepy, eerie.
It's cool too that you're starting to get into your eerie grandparent phase now, because that means that if you keep up this pace, you and Leah might unlock a new phase of life. Like if you just keep getting older and older, like medical technology is getting better all the time. Eventually, you're going to unlock like the great grand elder phase of life, and we'll find out what that is.
That's very fun. I hope to live to tell you about this someday.
I hope
we'll
so
see
too.
how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
I'm hoping that eventually you become prophets. You get so old and wizened that you are oracles.
Like fucking Moses living for 560 years. Like, what up? Yeah. I'm just wandering deserts, baby.
Yeah, it's just what I do.
I saw God once. He was a bush on fire, but the bush was not consumed.
Anyway, you should probably get that lump checked out. That's not good for you. That's a pretty powerful pause when I mentioned a lump that you should get checked out.
No, we're good.
You okay? You good?
This is the no, we good. As far as I know. I don't have health insurance.
Go get that lump checked out.
I need to get health insurance. I don't know why, but I've supposedly muted everything and all the fucking podcasts are playing. So I just keep hearing you and music and me, and I've got 2 listeners. I'm going insane.
Yeah,
I don't know what your experience listening to this is, but it's fucking bad for me, man. I'm going crazy recording that. We put our mental sanity on the line for you.
Every day. We're the real heroes.
You're really getting it. Yep. Sorry.
It's a great jump start on the eerie old man thing. You're already hearing voices.
I just wish it weren't yours.
Sorry, man.
I hear you too much.
That's what you get for editing a podcast.
Oh, and now I'm out of focus. Man, this is the most fucking off the walls podcast that I've recorded. I don't know about you, man.
It's janked. Anyway, so we're already into how have you been? Let's get things back on track. As out of focus and as many voices as you're hearing. So you've done some bird decorating.
Yeah, no, it's feeling fucking Christmassy in here, and it's nice. We got snow because we're in New England again, so nice. Like everything's back to normal.
Jealous.
Otherwise, I had a kielbasa sandwich for lunch, and that's really getting me through the day. Simple pleasures, baby. That's all I need.
It's the little things that smooths people's roads the most.
Did you make that up?
No. Hey, actually, did I quote things last episode too?
You quote things most episodes. Oh. I don't know why, but you seem to have like a fucking laundry list of just like things that other people who are smarter than you have said.
Cool. All right, that's the old man that I'll turn into. Awesome. Yeah, that's Mark Twain. Huckleberry Finn said that.
How about that?
And I was like, I wrote it down and like copied it into a book somewhere, and now I remember it.
Oh, cool. I've got the wombat stuck in my head. Let's do some questions.
Oh, yeah. The podcast.
Number 33. Let's get weird. Connor, what's your comfort show or movie?
I think my ultimate comfort movie is The Princess Bride.
That's a good one. That's a great movie.
It's just my favorite
Also a really
movie.
Good book.
I can answer like most questions that people want to know about, like what's your blank movie. I could probably say The Princess Bride. I will tell you, I did recently reread the book, and I was incredibly disappointed at what a misogynist pig the author was.
I haven't read that since I started dating Leah, so I was a much different man back then.
My guy, yeah, the Buttercup in the movie, far, far better character than in the book. Written very ditzy. Not good.
Oh, okay. Word.
Anyway.
So why is it so comforting for you?
Oh, the movie's fantastic. I love it. It's I've seen it so many times. I know everything that's going to happen. It just feels like a warm hug from my childhood.
Okay.
What I've recently started using for comfort show, just this week, I guess, has been Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, I don't know if you've really ever seen it. I watched it like way back when. I think like right out of college.
Yeah,
time.
It's like maybe 10 episodes, but they're like 12 minutes each, something like that.
And they're dense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The storytelling's really impressive. There's so much theme and so much atmosphere. It's very, very different in each one. But it's just about a couple of kids who are trying to get through the woods, and there's like scary, spooky stuff that happens along the way. Some of it is genuinely eerie in a way that like doesn't require gore or a whole lot of like intense physical threat. Very impressive.
Wasn't like the last episode they talked to like a Satan metaphor?
Oh yeah. That part. That's very scary.
That one was upsetting. The one that I really liked was the one that was like the young lady and her grandmother who were like both cursed or whatever. That one was cool.
Ugh. Yeah, really genuinely upsetting. But at the end of every episode, the kids are okay. And throughout the entirety of the show, the younger brother named Greg is such a consistent ray of sunshine.
Yes.
He's just totally unflappable and happy and optimistic and just full of joy and laughter. And he's really well written. It doesn't come across as like he's just stupid. You just really feel this kid is in touch with the inherent goodness of the world.
Yeah. And like outside of like the storytelling or whatever, I find Elijah Wood has a really relaxing voice.
Yeah, and he voices the older brother.
Yeah. So I can definitely see why that is. And it's got such a nice little like storybook art to it.
Yeah.
So it does it really feels, like at any age that it is just it's childish, but in not a derogatory way.
Yeah.
Childish should be a compliment too.
Sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Youthful, I guess, would be the kind of like happier, more complimentary way of saying that.
Spirited, childlike. There are options, but it's just
that's weird. Childlike and childish are exactly the same word, right?
Fucking synonymous, man.
Connotation,
Yeah,
really fucks you up.
Yeah, and how.
All right, what about you? What's your comfort movie show?
I know in the past I have both comforted myself and others with Shaun of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah. Hell, it was you for one of the times.
I remember really liking Shaun of the Dead the very first time I saw it. I don't remember requiring comfort.
It was when you got dumped.
Oh yeah, I really needed comfort then. Yeah, that's for sure.
I was a bro back then, man.
Oh yeah, you were a bro. What an A+ friend thing to do. Good.
Oh
thank
shit,
you.
My friend's sad. Let me make him less sad.
With Shaun of the Dead.
Buddy.
Yeah, a great movie.
But I for me, I have like I will say two because they fit the same slot in it, but one is definitely more than the other. The actual answer is Kaguya-sama Love is War. The runner-up who is literally giving Kaguya a flat tire is Anya in Spy X Family. But those shows, like, I save them because like they're
like
too
rare
good.
Candies.
They're too good. Like they feel so nice and warm in my heart that I can't just consume. I need to like have a moment with them. Like there's just something so pure and wonderful about them. Like the writing all around like fits the both like slice of life and comedy, and Spy X Family hits into the whole action part of it. But like there is just like such a sense of bonding in those shows, whether it's the student council or the found family. Like there is genuine love between these people in the way that they're just kind of like learning and exploring things, and it's just so fucking cute and sweet, and I love it dearly, just so deeply.
Yeah, you've told me about holding on to those episodes for when you need them before. It's just now that I've realized that is the closest thing I've ever heard to somebody hoarding health potions for the final fight.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. No, the thing that really pointed out to me that Kaguya-sama is so special to me is Leah knows when I'm watching it based on how I'm laughing. Apparently, I have a different laugh for Kaguya-sama.
Yeah, it is a really good show.
If you're fucking sad, I haven't gotten this far, but there is something from either a movie or the latest season where it's this little tiny like baby Kaguya just walking up to Shirogane, and she just goes ta, 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 ta. And it's the cutest fucking thing, and it just makes my heart swell bigger than the Grinch.
Yeah, it does a really good job of capturing like teenage romance and angst in a way that's very safe and comfortable.
It is pure, and like there is something relatable to it. Like you can see yourself in like any of the characters. Like there is that just humanity.
And again, for listeners, the whole point of the show is two kids in high school. One's the president of the student council, the other's the vice president, and they both have enormous crushes on each other. But the premise of the show is the first person to say that they have the crush is forever going to be the submissive person in the relationship. They'll always be the person who said it first. And so they're constantly trying to get each other to admit that they have a crush on themselves. So they're obviously made for each other in a way that like it's not a will they won't they show. It's a they will, and I'm totally okay watching how it unfolds if it takes 8 seasons.
Yeah. It's so fucking cute, and it really does capture that, and like just that concept of like the first person to say no, that's not how that shit works. No, that's just a high schooler's brain. Like
yeah, but it feels so real.
And like the thing that really got me with Kaguya-sama is like I had seen the first season fully, and then I was like, Connor, you need to check this shit out because it's just straight dopamine. And I watched the first episode with him, and I'm like, oh my god, they are entirely different characters from episode 1 to episode 12 in the first season. It's just like it's so well written. Like the character development is so like just like true to form, and it doesn't ever feel heavy-handed. It's never like shoved in your face. It's so natural and beautiful, and everyone is best girl in that show. Yes, including Ishigami. Yeah. It's got like some anime exaggeration to it, but in a way that feels like wow. When I was a teenager, it really did feel that way. It like the exaggeration reflects the reality of it. It's so good, and the narrator's just fucking balls to the wall wonderful. Just
so funny,
over exaggerated, and so invested in these little kids. All right, let's carry on before this becomes Kaguya-sama. Love is podcasting. the podcast. Oh boy, Connor, we got a new one. We've got a red fucking alert new one.
Ooh.
Number 94. Your application to become a demon has been accepted. What mildly annoying disease do you create for Satan's practical exam?
Oh, Boy, there are already some all-timers out there in the world. Mildly
Yeah, you know about that shit because you're like medical man.
Yeah, not
adjacent.
So much the medical bit. Healthcare.
It's adjacent.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's some crossover, no doubt. I mean, there's nothing worse than being kind of itchy. Okay, here I got it.
So he's got it. Man, that was fast.
Here it is. Okay, so it is a skin condition.
Okay.
But actually no, it's not so much a skin condition. It's a condition that affects your nerves that are sending signals about your skin to your brain.
Oh, you bastard.
And it doesn't actually cause you any problems, but it will make any problems that you have much, much, much worse, because whenever you do get an itch, you won't be able to tell where it is anymore.
I would argue that's more than mildly annoying, my dude.
Well, it gets really, really annoying if you have the chicken pox or like something that makes you wicked, wicked itchy. But otherwise, if you've just got an itch on your nose, you've just got to, before you find it, you've got to check like all the usual suspects. You got to like scratch your head and be like, nope, still itchy. And like, okay, well, what about my nose? Anything on my face? And like, you've just got to go through your entire body.
You got to play Minesweeper with your body.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. What do you think, Satan? How am I doing?
Itchiness. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. I like that. I gotta ask: are creams, topicals, or powders helpful at all? I would have to assume, otherwise, I would get more than mildly annoying.
They would help with any itch that you have, but you don't know where to put them.
That's so nuts. Oh, I don't.
You're gonna have to buy your creams in bulk.
I don't like that. It's just some sort of like bath every time you get a bug bite. You're like, this drives me nuts.
Oatmeal bath forever. And hey, once you find the bug bite, then you know. But it is going to take you a little while.
Yeah, you keep a marker in your pocket every time you kill a mosquito. You immediately draw a line for future. Yeah,
check on this later.
This is where it is.
Yeah, tie a little string around your finger to remember that's where the itch is going to be.
Oh man, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah. I'm not a demon per se, but I feel like I would move you on to the next round. That's a pretty solid response.
Thanks. I do like that. That one's for free, Satan.
I'm a real fucked up dude in the brain. I'm just doing my job. I think about this shit for fun.
How about you? What's where you? Well, is it gonna be a permanent cough? Maybe.
No, I've got that. It's not even annoying anymore. It just is. Oh no, it's hangnails. It's just no matter what you do, whether you clip them, you rip them, you bite them, they splinter and you get hangnails.
Just eternal hangnails.
You can then rip the hangnail out, but then you're risking blood and fucked up fingers.
Yeah, and then it's worse afterwards because then it's like painful and like itchy and a little swollen and red.
Yep.
And just no good.
Yep. You can put a Band-Aid on it. But I mean,
yeah,
you're gonna have that slight mild dread every time you gotta cut your nails.
Have you ever heard? I think I've probably introduced you to the Amanda Palmer song about dude, might have been Dresden Dolls.
Dresden Dolls, yeah. It's off of their album, Dresden Dolls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a whole song, and the whole thing sounds exactly like, very dark band, very dark album in general, and it sounds like somebody who's self-harming as a coping strategy. But then there are just like a couple of references that make you realize, oh, it's just somebody who's really irritated by hangnails that they have all the time.
Everyone can see the signs. Mittens in the summertime.
And something about like Vaseline isn't going to help, or
yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, that was high school, bud. Was it high school? I think it was high school. It was early.
Yeah. I think I've had the Dresden Dolls on my radar since then.
Yeah. But yeah, I just as a man who bites his nails, and part of the reason for painting my nails is to bite my nails less. I get a lot of hangnails, and I know how mildly annoying that can be.
So I bet the hangnails do. They kind of ruin some of the effect of having your nails done properly, right? So like there's even an aesthetic issue that comes with having hangnails over and over.
Yeah, but when my nails are done, everything's groovy. It's just like when there's paint chipping or not on it at all is when I start giving into my demons and biting. Like right now, I got on the index finger. You can see that I'm missing some paint over here, and you can see a slight little red.
There it is.
Did that to me. It also took me until I was like 25 to learn that that's what a hangnail was. I was like, oh man, I've never had a hangnail before.
Yeah,
I got them all the fucking time.
I remember hearing in The Lion King, like a little throwaway line about like, man, I had a hangnail once, very painful. Being like, whoa, like where your nail is hanging right off of your finger? That does sound awful.
I thought a hangnail was like when your nail like grew into your cuticle, or like is the side of your nail a cuticle, or is it just the part at the base?
I think it's the little skin that kind of wraps all the way around your nail.
Okay. Then yeah, I thought it would like it like dug in and cut. I thought it always like came with like pus and stuff. But
this is why we need health class.
Yeah.
This is why schools need to teach kids like basic medical knowledge about themselves.
Just like, hey, this is your body. It is your meat suit until you die. Learn it, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm mildly annoyed by hangnails. They're not all that bad. They can just get bad.
Yeah. It's a nice seasoning on an already bad day. It doesn't ruin your day, but
mildly annoying.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going way back the other way, man. Don't get whiplash. We're going up to number 9. Oh shit, Connor, what's your favorite dragon?
My favorite dragon. Okay, all right. I'm ready. I'm always ready to talk about my favorite dinosaur, but my favorite dragon.
So, my joke answer is Bruce Lee.
That's very good.
But no, it's Spyro the Dragon. It has to be Spyro the Dragon. He's just so radical. He skateboards in the 3rd game. I have a sweater of Spyro the Dragon. You've seen it if you've seen any of our Christmas Tic Tacs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Spyro is a dragon who goes through life with the energy of somebody with their cap backwards, even if he doesn't actually have one.
Yeah, I love that in the first game, after I think it's in the beginning and at the end, Spyro is giving an interview. It's like about Nasty Nork, and he's just got sunglasses on, like a cool celebrity.
Nice.
And just that level of gratitude is what I want. And just like Crash and Spyro went so deeply hand in hand for the PlayStation 1, with all the demos of each other. And I had both games, and I was like really into both games. My favorite was Crash. My mom's was Spyro. Dad didn't have a favorite for either. He liked both of them though. But I remember early on, there was such a wonder to Spyro 1 with like all the blind jumps and risks you had to take to get some of the gems and dragons. Like we had the Prima strategy guide for it. And I remember it being so cool, like when my mom and I would find new things and tell each other like, this is what you gotta do. And like I finally beat treetops, and I hated treetops. That was my least favorite level. But it was so cool that there's just something about that dragon that I love. That purple boy, he's so cool. Spyro is so cool, and he is my favorite dragon.
Game guides is such an outdated idea now. I feel like there's still kind of a collector's thing, but that was one of the like last things I think from our childhood that the internet hadn't quite taken over.
Yeah, was
if you just didn't know how to beat that level, you had to go to the library or the bookstore and
you
buy
a friend, a parent, a 1-800 number on the back of the instruction manual.
That was so like definitely before our time, but like the original Legend of Zelda, a big part I think of what made it popular was that you had to go talk to people and be like, dude, I'm totally stuck. Have you gotten past this? And they're like, have you tried burning the bush in the Northwest? And they're like, why would I have to? I don't know, man. It's an adventure. I didn't figure it out. My uncle told me. You had to crowdsource it.
Yeah, I remember in elementary school, I was playing Link's Awakening DX because I was a cool boy, and I got that secret extra dungeon. And I remember talking to a kid on the bus of like, "Hey, were you able to get into the flying dungeon yet?" Like, "No, how do you do that?" I'm like, "Well, you gotta go wake up the chicken," because I didn't know it was a cuckoo at the time. It was like, it's just a chicken.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, and amusingly enough, I've been playing a lot of old games lately. I've actually been playing, amusingly enough, speaking of Legend of Zelda, a game called Alundra, which I would like to describe as a link to the past if it were a Shakespearean tragedy.
Whoa. Huh. How old is that? What system?
90-something PlayStation.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's got really, really lovely sprite art. You can jump, which is neat.
Yeah. But yeah, Spyro. I've never actually touched the games. Still like him from a distance. Real spunky, little guy.
Well, you have him on your little emulation Game Boy. I made sure to put the Spyros on there because they matter to me. But yeah, but just with Alundra, because it's an old adventure game. I'm on GameFAQs, man, and people have been making GameFAQs still in like the last years. Like I think one of the most recent ones I've seen was from 22.
Huh.
So live and well, man. People still making those things. They're not just YouTube videos and shitty IGN pages. So.
Still crowdsourcing, just internet.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've had time to think about my favorite dragon. I'm going to go with the dragon that was slain by Saint Christopher.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it.
For a couple different reasons. One, I have a lot of affection for like ancient, old-timey, this dragon is just a monstrous beast that's killing people. It's just, I also really like the like dragons are these ancient wise beings who live in ways beyond our understanding, and those stories are really cool too. But they also just make really, really scary monsters. Damn. And when you get into like the medieval kind of things, it's not always the fire breath. A lot of the time, it's like toxic breath, where you had to hold your breath the entire time that you were fighting these things, or else you would just die before you could get a sword anywhere close to them.
Yep. It makes me think of when Beowulf fought Grendel's mother, and like he had to hold his breath at the bottom of the lake the whole time.
Oh, I didn't remember that detail, but yeah, that like brings you into the story because everybody's been a little short on breath at some point.
There's something about dragons. So keep going. Why Saint Christopher specifically?
Okay, yeah. So
we'll talk more about dragons in a bit, but let's get to your answer first. Oh man, I feel like a kid just getting so excited, like dinosaurs, dragons, video games. Yeah.
The second reason is I just love how much mythology there is in Catholic tradition, and it's like a real choose your own adventure as far as how pagan you kind of want to make it. Yeah. Despite it being like the monotheistic, like predominant in the States, at least, and certainly one of the three in the world, there's still so much paganism in Catholic tradition. And like, if you want to like really believe in exactly what the Catholic Church said his miracles were, like slaying a dragon is on the list, my man. And so guess what? That's your religion now.
It's so fun having like I don't know if I want to call it cognitive dissonance being a practicing Catholic and reading, because it's mythology. Yeah. And like I love how, you know, whitewashed everything is. Like I know the internet has its time with biblically accurate angels, but that's so fucking fun. Like just it's like 6 faces and 18 wings and just like Euclidean shapes. Like this is wonderful. I never looked up the angel tears. I just remembered that. I failed you and the 2 listeners.
Oh, the tiers, TIERS.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, man.
I think most of all, you failed yourself.
I did. I do feel bad because I did think of it on and off in between now and then. Anyway,
and so like angels and demons also, like, I mean, that does fit within my religion. I do believe in angels and demons, and like not in a way where I would, like depend reality on it or say like, well, I'll just jump off of that cliff because I know an angel will save me. But
no,
I think they're out there,
man.
Yeah. Well, and in my personal view on angels being so messed up when they're on Earth is that they don't have as much practice as demons do translating the dimension of reality. Demon, like, you can have a conversation with a demon in the Bible, and they can speak to you and be like, here's the story, and I don't like this, and like, we are legion. Angels, like, they can pull it off, but you can tell they're reading from a script. You can't have a back and forth. They're just like, okay, I think I'm getting it right. Is this what a person looks like? And they've just got 24 eyes, and they're like, that seems like physical bodies.
Just
I know
a
you
burning
need those.
shape of fire.
Yeah, and like the first instruction they always know that they need to say is like, calm down.
Be not afraid.
I'm trying to not be scary, but I don't have that much practice. I just don't have to pop up physically the way that demons do, because they're just more active, I think. Yeah. So that's and like, you can explore that part of Catholicism and that part of your own religion and come to your own conclusions. And it's a lot more interesting and a lot more lively than it would be otherwise, I think. And also really humbling, because it's very, very easy for Christians in particular to get very condescending about people who have explicitly pagan spiritual practices, and to forget about how a surface reading of Mass is a cannibalistic celebration.
Yeah.
Where we talk about, we read out of our holy, like, sacred tome, and then we pretend to drink the blood and eat the body of a person.
It's not pretend.
Well, that's surface read. Okay,
sorry. It's a sticking point for me.
I'm with you. No, that's also like a very, very Catholic thing. Yeah. So don't get lost just because there are a lot more Christians than there are pagans in most areas, probably in your area too. That doesn't mean that you don't have a bizarre religion.
Yeah. A dude brought down a wall with a trumpet.
Yeah. He just walked around it a bunch of times and
bunch of times just going toot toot.
Toot toot. Goodbye, wall. One dude was really, really happy about God and like danced like an idiot, and his wife's like, "Stop that." He's like, "No." And so then she died. She got died for saying he looked like an idiot while he was dancing. Pillar of salt.
I thought it's because she looked back at the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah.
That might have been a different pillar of salt.
Yeah, that's fair. God has his favorites. With like the weirdness of Catholicism, I lost my train of thought for that one. But going back to the like not totally kosher like rituals of it, like Catholicism as part of Judaism and Islam is known as an Abrahamic religion. And if you don't know, God was like, "Hey, Abraham, kill your fucking son for me. Do a human sacrifice." To be fair, God did go lol JK right before the knife dropped, but it's like, hey, this was on the table for a long fucking time, and an expectation of Abraham, who I still think back to my high school religion class where the teacher was like, well, God says to Abraham that I am God. He's like, well, what's Abraham's response? Which one? So I don't know.
My personal, and I might be getting into some hot water depending on, like, you go ahead, you believe whatever you want about Abraham for the most part. But my take on Abraham is that he was literally insane and also was in touch with God. And very like the rejected corners, like the rejected stone will become the cornerstone. I think that God found Abraham, who was insane, and did hear voices, and one of those voices told him to kill Isaac, and he thought it was God. And then God like stopped it because he's like, oh no, that one wasn't me. Sorry, dude. I know it can get confusing for you. So I got to send an angel just to make sure that you know exactly what's up.
What an interesting take. The other thing that I remembered with Catholicism being weird was God and the devil made a bet. It was like, hey, this is your literal favorite human being on the face of this earth right now. I'm going to fuck with him. And God's like, all right.
Bet.
It's so fucking weird. But back to dragons. Man, it's so fucking wild how big dragons are. That's something that I forget because like I play like JRPGs where they're just like dudes there. And then there's sometimes you play a game where you see a picture and there's like, oh yeah, they're just mountains. They're just mountains of scales and fire and hate.
Yeah. And fighting those, you need like God superpowers. Like you got to have so much faith. Like if you're St. Christopher, you don't just go in there because you're like very good at sorting. You've got to have like magic going on. And that, again, being part of our tradition is really, really cool.
Dragons are cool.
Yeah.
Tradition is
so
cool.
much variety. So much variety.
Because in answer to this question could be any of the different varietals of Dungeons and Dragons. They've all got their different picadillos.
Yeah.
There's so many dragons.
Color-coded, very conveniently. I think one of my favorite things is how variable the amount of limbs are. Sometimes you have wings, sometimes you don't. Like a lot of sea serpents could fit in the category. Other times you've got like a chicken setup with 2 legs and the wings.
What did the dinosaurs evolved into chickens? What did dragons evolve into? Flying chickens.
Turkeys.
Hawks. So this has never happened before. We rolled number 9 again. That's why I let you know that number 9 is, hey Connor, what's your favorite dragon?
Okay, do I have another favorite dragon? I mean, probably. I mean, I just made up the St. Christopher one just now, so yeah, I could probably talk about dragons some more.
We probably could. Dragonite. I love Dragonite. It's a big mailman, cuddly dragon boy. Oh, the dice is just rolling, man. Okay, 39. Let's end this day with 39 and let me go sleep because apparently I need it. Oh, shit. Who's winning the WWE Smackdown Finals? The Crazy Cat Lady or Three Kids in a Trenchcoat? Bonus, but wait, who's that with the chair?
Where did this question come from?
I don't know. I don't know. It was one of the nights where I just had a bunch of fucking weird energy going on, and I came up with this. This was before you and I even started going to wrestling. This is before you and I had like actual interest in wrestling. We're just like, this would be a funny question. And then I told it to you and you're like, wait, Evan, add this. Bonus, but wait, who's that with the chair? This was one of the moments where our 2 pea-sized brains merged together into one beautiful walnut.
Okay, all right. In the interest of making things more fun to talk about, I would like to support and make an argument for the Crazy Cat Lady if you want to go for the Trenchcoat Kids.
3 Kids in a Trenchcoat gladly.
Okay, all right. What makes you think 3 Kids in a Trenchcoat?
The element of surprise. You start going for the one on top, he jumps off, and then the other 2 splinter and grab the legs, and then what's that? While you're distracted with the 2 kids grabbing your legs off the top rope with the fedora still on his head is main Trenchcoat man himself coming for the flying suplex. I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't know the names.
Might as well be. Okay.
So
all right.
I think they have a lot of agility, and they're definitely the heel of this one because they are going to they're doing a tag match without the tagging, man.
Yeah. Oh, and Crazy Cat Lady is a very sympathetic character. You know, she comes in and she's like offering Werther's originals to people and just saying like, "Oh, you're such a nice boy. Thank you so much for coming to my event."
Yeah.
Here's a picture of Mr. Mittens.
Yeah, so you've made her sympathetic, but why is she actually winning? Because it sounds like my kids are kicking the shit out of her.
Oh, for sure. Oh, well, so here's my contention. It really, really depends on whether the crazy cat lady is willing to and able to make an effective argument to the ref. Because once it has become abundantly clear that this is not one person in a trench coat, but in fact 3 kids in a trench coat, the crazy cat lady or whoever's backing her up in her corner could say, this is a one-on-one match. You need to get rid of 2 of those kids in the trench coat. And then I think the crazy cat lady could take each of them individually on one at a time.
I understand where you're coming from, but the logic of the villain is too strong. They will not listen to the ref.
So
we have witnessed one of the 3 kids in the trench coat will be wrestling the crazy cat lady. Another of the 3 kids in a trench coat will be distracting the referee while look at that 3rd kid in a trench coat will be coming in and stomping on her boots.
You make a very good point.
I haven't heard any explanation that is actually causing this lady to win. My kids have the numbers, they have the ingenuity, they have the agility, and the strength. They're taking her down.
Yeah, all right, but now you do make a good point. But when you're talking about outside interference, I mean, this lady's cats are gonna make an appearance.
Okay, that's what I've been waiting for. Cats. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
They won't be cat-sized cats. They will be people in like full furry regalia, as we have seen. Rest in peace, Soft Paws.
No, Soft Paws is alive. It's Big Cat. Big Cat is
rest in peace, Big Cat. And that's not an in-ring joke. That's not like part of the narrative. The person who Big Cat has passed.
Apparently he was a very popular podcaster and streamer too. So
yeah, seemed like a really, really nice guy. Anyway,
yeah, it was a bummer. It was fun to watch him wrestle the few times we got to.
But in his spirit, that like a full-grown adult person would come into the ring, and then the crazy cat lady could say like, "Well, the rules specify it's only one person who can be in the ring at a time. This is a cat, not person."
All right. Well, I know who's coming in with the chair.
Okay.
And it is the renowned tag team duo, the Truant Officer and the Dog Catcher. Scooping up them cats and kids. They're gonna smoke. Apparently this is some sort of tag belt that we have developed with the cat lady and the kiddos. But yeah, no, it's going to be they will be known as the long paw of the law.
Oh my god, that's so good.
The Dog Catcher and Truant Officer. They're coming in. They've got the law, they've got the chair, and they've got the bad fucking attitude. Like no one wants to see them, and they don't give a fuck. They are here for the belt and you to get your ass out of here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. So at that point, does the crazy cat lady and the 3 kids in a trench coat have to team up and like unlikely friendship, turn it back around? Let's get this Truant Officer and the Dog Catcher out of here.
It's like fucking Dragon Ball Z. Instead of senzu beans, she throws a couple of Werthers to the kids. and they're Popeye fucking forearms like let's kick some ass.
I can just see because like the first time you said that I was thinking that like the crazy cat lady and the Truant Officer would be on the same side and the kids would be with the Dog Catcher, but the crazy old cat lady would be like, now that's not very like you can't treat those kids like that. That's going just a bit too far, young man.
Yeah, they are a heel coming in.
And the kids are like, yeah, you can't. Don't take the cats away. We're still playing with them. We're still having a good time. You can't take her cats away. That's mean.
Yeah,
those are
that's
her cats.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
What a beautiful match. I I guess while we're on the topic of wrestling, I just want to shout out, if you haven't, go check out Drake Kwan's wrestling. He's a fabulous heel.
Top-notch stuff.
So,
and what's the league we should send people to?
Oh, SOS Pro Wrestling was the one that we would catch in Washington. I think they would go to
not Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma. They would go to Seattle, and I think they might have done some Portland shit too. They're part of the PNW wrestling. I haven't checked out any of the stuff in Mass yet. But
yeah, I wonder if Softpaws is still out there. I know he took a break after Big Cat passed.
I don't know. All the best to him either way. What he chooses to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they SOS Pro Wrestling got full on fucking YouTube full of their shows. They're pretty rad.
Would recommend.
So hopefully we can see the cage match between Three Kidz and Trenchcoat, Crazy Cat Lady, and the Long Paw of the Law.
God,
I'm so fucking proud of that.
That
was off the dome too, man.
Really
that was improvisation.
Really flexible characters too coming in on the bonus. Like Truant Officer could show up in so many different situations.
Yeah.
Same thing for Dog Catcher.
Yeah.
You could have said Cat Catcher and made it, and it would have been so much cheaper. You went with Dog Catcher to catch the cats, which is perfect.
He's a villain. He doesn't care what he's catching.
That's right. He'll catch anything.
Yep. So it's almost like I'm a writer. Pat. Oh, God damn it.
Wrong narrative.
Why the fuck have you listened to this podcast? You've made it to the end. You didn't need to get this far, but God damn it, we appreciate it.
We do.
So deeply. You are wonderful. Thank you so much. Fucking genuinely. Yeah, man. Fuck. If you want to get into touch with us with your questions, answers, or whatever the fuck emails, you can send us a message at
lemonanswers@gmail.com. And I do want to just say that Evan did, in fact, make finger guns when he was saying pew, pew, pew.
I got the weirdest energy right now. lemonanswers@gmail.com. We do have social media that we are technically active on. It is...
The answer is a lemon.
The answer is a lemon. Yeah, so be well. Enjoy your holidays and shit. Talk to you soon. Love you, bye.
Wait.
What a weird fucking episode.
I feel really good about that.